We hear of food pantries all the time, but for people in the community who with food restrictions, especially with diabetes, may have a hard time finding food that works for them. Joining us now is a pantry leader for the Diabetic Food Pantry at Spirit of Grace Church in West Bloomfield, Lisa Brownlee. Lisa, thanks so much for joining us this morning.
Happy to be here.
Lisa, could you first start off by telling us the background on the Diabetic Food Pantry and the inspiration behind starting it?
Well, we're 6 months into the Diabetic Food Pantry. We do a monthly drive-up distribution of diabetic-friendly foods the third Saturday of every month at Spirit and Grace Church in West Bloomfield. It's from 10 to 12. And we've been doing this for about 6 months, and it's been extremely successful. And we've been serving about 25 to 30 clients each month. And there is a great need for it because so many people I've talked to that have gone to traditional food pantries in the area just can't find anything according to their dietary restrictions. And so it came up with me last spring, to start a diabetic food pantry for the community. And we serve all of Oakland County to anybody that's diabetic. We do not deliver. People have to come to the church and drive up on our pantry days to get the food.
Lisa, as the pantry leader, what types of things do you oversee? Can you tell us a little bit about your responsibilities at the Diabetic Food Pantry?
Well, I have to oversee that I have enough volunteers on Pantry Saturday, and so I delegate duties and to each volunteer. We are cross-training our volunteers to work in the pantry room, the non-perishable room, outside, greeting the customers. And we've been having like 6 to 10 volunteers each month. Christmas time, we had a table that we set out. So we needed a couple more people to monitor the table. It was to give every client a gift at Christmas time in the December pantry. But the rest of the time, we're doing like 6 or 7 volunteers, which is manageable for Pantry Saturday. We've been getting like 3 community volunteers, people from the community, and 3 church members, and it's worked out really well.
Lisa, could you tell us a little bit about what types of things that are at these diabetic food pantries that make them so beneficial to people who have diabetic restrictions?
We have partnered with Sprouts in Pontiac, and we go once a month. Well, I go once a month as a pantry leader. Usually the day before Pantry Saturday, I pick up fresh perishables and fruits and veggies from them, and I bring them to the church, and I put them in the back refrigerator in the back room. We have refrigeration, and we have a freezer that we use. We can't take them too early because we need them to be fresh. So we get them like a day or two before the Pantry Saturday, before the distribution. So a lot of people have been happy with the fresh fruits and vegetables. We've had lettuce, asparagus, apples, oranges, squash, carrots, a little bit of everything. And so it's working out really well. But during the winter months, we really have to watch that the perishables are not out of, they're not too rotten, I would say. So we kind of have to watch that because it's, it's more of a seasonal item. But the non-perishables, we have shelving units for, and we can take them anytime. And we have like low sugar cereal, oatmeal, steel cut oats, protein drinks, protein bars, glucerna drinks and bars, canned veggies, low sodium canned veggies, natural juice fruits in can with no added sugar. And we have brown rice, and we have popcorn and nuts and some soups, but we have to be careful. And we have canned tuna and canned chicken and canned salmon. And sometimes we do have regular meats, and we store those in the freezer, like ground turkey, chicken, and salmon.
And Lisa, right now you're looking for people to host food drives around the area. Can you tell us a little bit about how one can get involved and host one of those food drives?
Yes, we're looking to schedule community events around the area throughout the calendar year. I've already got, I'm scheduling a Dine and Donate fundraising event at the lodge in the spring, where people can go and have dinner, and the restaurant takes 20% out of the proceeds and they will donate to the Diabetic Food Pantry. I don't have a date set yet, but I will post it on our Facebook Diabetic Food Pantry page when it's all confirmed. But I'm looking at doing it in the spring. Schools can get involved, other churches, businesses, neighborhoods, scouts, Girl Scouts, Boy Scouts, any sport teams, and they could get involved and just have a contact us at Spirit of Grace Church, and we have a food list, and we can get them some flyers and a food list, and they can host a food drive and ask for the list on the foods. We'll just give out 3 or 4 kinds of foods that we need. It's kind of overwhelming if they see the whole list and they're not a diabetic and they see the whole list and they don't know what foods to get. So we've kind of scaled it down just for a few things.
Lisa, if someone was looking to either host one of those food drives or volunteer at the Diabetic Food Pantry, what's the best way that they can contact you or get involved?
Well, they could contact the church. They can contact me directly on my cell phone number, or contact the church, and the church will contact me. We have a Diabetic Food Pantry page, Facebook, and they could go on there. It's a public group, so anybody can see it and anybody can join, and they can contact me through that page as well.
Awesome. Well, Lisa, as we wrap up, is there anything else you want to share with our audience today?
No, I have a lot of things that I'm working on with the Diabetic Food Pantry for the future. So we're doing really well. We're working hard, and I'm looking forward to having more things scheduled through this year and many years to come.
Well, Lisa, we appreciate you joining us this morning. Thank you for joining us.
You're welcome.